The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
You know, SeaWorld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and we're excited to share their story with all of you here today.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's food. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We spend days, weeks, months, years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Throughout today's experience, you'll see our whales moving together in unison. These synchronized behaviors allow them to problem solve as a group and strengthen their social bonds. This is just one of the many adaptations that makes the killer whale the top predator of the ocean. Their scientific name is Orcinus orca, but they're more commonly known as killer whales. And here at SeaWorld, all 5 members of our pod have their own individual names and identities. The first is Katina, our matriarch and leader at 43 years old. Actually, no, she just turned 44. Katina is our matriarch and leader, like I said, at 44 years old. Now, she is our most successful mother, having 7 killer whale calves. Holy cow. Next, we have our 2 females, Nalani and Malia. And last but not least, our 2 male killer whales, Trua and Katina's youngest son, Makayo. He is 9 years old. Now, the whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Now, think about when you go to the doctor, and your doctor asks you for a blood sample. You know to hold out your arm, and your doctor will take that blood sample from the inside of your elbow. Well, killer whales don't have elbows like you and I do, so we had to get a little bit creative. We can ask our killer whales to flip over onto their back and present us with the underside of their tail flukes. Now, there's a vein that runs along the center of each lobe of their tail flukes, and this is a perfect place for us to be able to collect that blood sample. Now, not only is this so important for the health and well-being of our killer whales, but we can share this information with scientists and researchers that are studying killer whales out in the ocean. Now, another important diagnostic tool not only are those blood samples, but in one of our adjacent pools, we have a killer whale size scale. Now, just like you're trained to step onto a scale to see how much you weigh, our killer whales are trained to slide all the way up onto a big platform so we can see exactly how much they weigh. Now, Makayo, our youngest killer whale, like we said, at 9 years old, he is almost 4,000 pounds. But when he was first born, a newborn baby killer whale is over 6 feet long and weighs up to 350 pounds. That's a pretty big baby, right? Now, our largest killer whale right now is Trua. Trua is 14 years old, and he's almost 6,000 pounds. But when he's full grown, Trua can be up to 12,000 pounds and 22 feet long. Now, we're able to track their progress, just like you guys might have growing up. Did you have a wall at home where you saw exactly how much you've grown over the years? Yeah, we can do that with our killer whales as well. They're trained to present different parts of their bodies so that we can go ahead and take a measuring tape and see exactly how much they've grown. That's something that we do once per month. And then, over the course of the year, we can take a look and see just exactly how much they've grown over that year, which is pretty cool. Now, not only is this information so important for us here at SeaWorld, but do you think scientists and researchers out in the ocean can say, hey, excuse me, can I just take a measurement of your pectoral flipper real quick? No way. So, we can help out those scientists and researchers by giving them all of the data that we've collected and help them understand a little bit more about the killer whales out in the ocean. Now, like we mentioned Katina earlier, Katina, our 44-year-old matriarch, like we said, she is our most successful mother. And right here in our slide out, some of the first information learned about the relationship between killer whale calves and their mothers was learned right here in this slide out with Katina. So not only is she so important to us at SeaWorld, but she's so important to the scientific community as a whole, because without her, we really never would have been able to gain that information. that's pretty amazing that we were able to take part in that. Now, the whales all have their different personalities for sure. Katina, like I said, our matriarch and leader, what she likes nice big back rubs and nice handfuls of fish. Now, we can reward or reinforce our killer whales a variety of different ways. Not only can we use that fish, but you might see our trainers giving their whales nice big handfuls of ice. Trua and Malia in particular really like nice big handfuls of ice. If you gave Katina a big handful of ice, she'd look at you, spit it right out, and probably swim away. That's one of my favorite parts of the job. They all have their slightly different personalities, and it's very important that as trainers, not only we get to know their personalities, but we all have different mannerisms, right? So they get to know us as well. All right, let's see what's going on in our pool right now. All right, it looks like all three of our female killer whales are at stage with Nick, Morgan, and Jackie. And remember I talked about how we weigh our killer whales? We can ask them to slide all the way up onto a scale to see how much they weigh. Well, that scale is in one of our adjacent pools, so we're going to simulate that for you here, right in our slide out. Here comes Katina. Yeah, we can give her a round of applause. Katina is our most successful mama right here. Now, Katina at 44 years old is already about 5,500 pounds. She's doing a great job sliding all the way up onto our slide out at the moment, but from her dorsal fin all the way down to their tail flukes is a very muscular part of their body, and that's what helps them propel themselves through the water, going over 30 miles per hour. I know, I see you. But by Katina leaving her tail in the water, we'd be missing out on all of that weight. So to fix that problem, Katina knows to hold her entire tail up and out of the water. Now, this is a behavior that you may see over the course of our presentation today, but know that it is one of the first behaviors that we train them, and one of the most critical. Now, we weigh our younger whales to make sure they're growing properly, and our older killer whales to make sure they're maintaining a healthy weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt, and for the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Well, hi everyone, I'm all the way over on the left-hand side of the pool. I'm joined here by my little girl, Nalani. Oh, that's Katina, actually, Nalani's mom. I got a question for all of you guys. Do you like to play? Yeah, well, so do I. Now, killer whales learn through observational learning and mimicry. And from the moment they're born, they'll learn by watching other whales and playing follow the leader with their moms. Now, do you guys want to play follow the leader with Katina today? Yeah. All right, so this group right here, go ahead and stand on up for me. Katina's going to watch you guys. Go ahead and stomp your feet. With those knees up nice and high. Hey, Katina stomps her tail flukes. Great job. We've paired different parts of our bodies with different parts of the killer whale's bodies. So feet to tail flukes. Let's see what happens when we wave our hands. Go ahead, take two hands high above your head and wave below. And Katina's giving you a nice big wave below. Perfect. Excellent job, Katina. Well, killer whales have often been seen jumping out of the water to spot their prey, get a better look at their surroundings, or even play. Now, Katina, at about 5,500 pounds, she can get her entire body up out of the water. So my friend Ashley is going to go ahead and give Katina that hand signal to do a sighting down. Now, all of you, when you see Katina do that nice big jump on stage, we're going to give her a big cheer. you a much more impressive jump, in my opinion. Now, killer whales have often been seen breaching to be able to communicate with their entire pod. Killer whales can swim in very large groups, and not only can they use their vocalizations to communicate, but they can also use their body language as well. So Jenna, are you ready to give that hand signal? And she's off. So Nalani is going all the way down to the bottom of the pool, and she's going to introduce herself to all of you here today. In 3, 2, and 1. Well, that was quite an introduction, Nalani. How about a big round of applause for Katina and Nalani? Well, SeaWorld's research and observation on the killer whales under our care has helped shed light on many mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that a pregnant killer whale has a gestation period of 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to gain out in the ocean. Some information, however, can only be obtained through field observation. That's why SeaWorld partners with organizations like the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA to help advance global education about killer whales. Killer whales are powerful animals, and perhaps the best expression of that power can be seen when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner. Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they've developed some epic hunting techniques. Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from icicles. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with spikes of their tail fins.
So killer whales create waves to hunt and use their powerful tail flukes to stun their prey. Now you're about to get a demonstration. For our whales, it means a fun activity session. But for you, it means it's time to get wet. through the day. Depending on where they live and the time of year, their prey items could vary. Unfortunately, factors like overfishing and pollution pose a serious threat to some populations of killer whales.
Killer whales are impressive animals. It's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right?
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean. Their future depends on you.
Through your actions.
Through the choices we all make, we hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassadors of the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable.
Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference. The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming, but together we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect. So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written, and there are simple things we all can do to make a difference. All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow
And change the world.
together. We've got this.
All around the world, it's a brand new day. So much mystery. We